What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. My name is Eddie Law. This is CrossBonesMMA, doing our thing, and this is what I got this morning. Of course, last night, EBI 11. Look, if you ever watched any of the Eddie Bravo Invitational shows, you're really missing out. Like, legitimately missing out big time. I mean, no-gi Jujitsu at its best. No points. No, none of that. No stalling for the most part. You can stall in no-gi still, but not as much as you think. There's no grips, no gi, none of that stuff. It's submission only, overtime rules if you run out of time. And honestly, the best rules you could use in Jiu-Jitsu. There's no better rule set at all, right? So anyway, EBI 11, Gordon Ryan takes it all, dominated the tournament, really. He finished every single fight, couple rear naked chokes, the heel hook here and there. It was legit. It was legit. Ran into Wagner Rocha, in the finals, which he honestly, Wagner, and everyone knows about this dude. That dude's rough around the edges, man. He will get under your skin if he can. You know what I mean? People call him dirty. He uses like his head pressure on your chin and all that, and on your face. He'll put his hand over your mouth and your nose to limit your breathing. He's a fighter. You know what I mean? Like, plain and simple. You can complain about it if you want to. He's not gonna do shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, EBI 11, honestly, it was so worth watching. And then the combat jiu-jitsu. They did jiu-jitsu with open palm strikes allowed to the head and the face for once there's a grounded opponent. And I think the first fight was Jim Holland against Chad George, former Bellator fighter Chad George. I believe he walked away. He retired a couple years ago from fighting bantamweights. And I think Chad George was the first one to take a swing at people. And it was pretty cool. I think Jim Holland sit on his butt immediately, and Chad George came in with a palm strike, and he smacked the shit out of that dude. Legit, like smacked the shit out of him. I believe he won that fight, heel hook or rear naked. I don't remember. It was so many fights last night, and quite a bit of finishes actually. And it was only there was maybe 2 or 3 fights won by time. And it was so much fun to watch. If you haven't watched it, UFCFightPass.com or whatever you got to do to watch it. And yeah, it was seriously legit. So let's go back one more day to Saturday night, UFC 209, headlined by Mr. Woodley, defending his belt, defends it successfully. Some will say, not so successfully. A lot of people are saying against Wonderboy Thompson. It wasn't an exciting fight. I mean, plain and simple. And people can say, oh, you haven't gotten in there and all sort of stuff. Yeah, well, you get in there, or Dana White said that shit. He goes, you get in there with Wonderboy, you get in there with Woodley and see how you do. Yeah, they probably kill me. They're professional fighters. I mean, you can say that all you want to, but people still dished out $60 to watch it, right? You coming off all the hype in the first fight, and the UFC hyped the shit out of that going, no, you saw the first fight, watch the second one. It's going to be insane, adjustments and all sort of stuff. Well, the adjustments were to be safe. Woodley fought to not lose. Wonderboy's always been a point fighter, so Woodley played his game, Wonderboy, Thompson, I thought he won, man. I thought he won barely, but I thought he should have won that fight. I thought he got 3 rounds out of the whole thing, at least. So it's, there we go. It's kind of a tough out for Mr. Thompson here, for Mr. Wonderboy. And Woodley's getting a bad rap, honestly. That dude, here's what Tyron Woodley needs to learn. After any fight, stay the hell off social media. Straight up, stay off social media. Don't get on this shit. There's people that are complete assholes that are going to be like, oh, Woodley, you suck ass, and all that shit, when clearly that's not true. But, he put a lot of pressure on himself, calling himself the greatest welterweight of all time, or trying to be the greatest welterweight of all time. And the fight was really crappy. I mean, there's no other way to put it, right? Fight was crappy, and it sucks because it followed Venata against, Lando Venata against David Tamor. And Tamor, that was a fun fight to watch, man. I mean, those guys went after it. That shit was fun. So that was legit. I think before that was the Rashad Evans, Dan Kelly fight. That was awkward. And what did I say awkward? First of all, Rashad Evans' first go at 185, and he looked good. Not gonna lie. I even said after the weigh-ins, I said he looked pretty good. He looked like he was holding his own pretty well. As far as the weight, he didn't look dead. He didn't look drawn out. And then fight night, he looked even better. Walking in the cage, he looked ready to go. The haircut, yeah, but still, who am I to talk? I'm usually, I shave my head down as far as I can, and I don't really have to, but it is what it is. He went in there. Dan Kelly, look, you got to give Dan Kelly credit. That dude won that fight. Anything that Rashad tried to use, Dan Kelly used his length and his ground, his judo and all that to basically just pick out Rashad. So, and Rashad, I mean, he was like leaving a lot of like simple things open. He was eating straight rights. It was weird. He was eating a lot of tough jabs. It was a fun fight to watch, but still. Anyway, before that was Amanda Cooper, and I can't remember that girl's name. Calvillo, I think her name was Calvillo, and the UFC newcomer gets that win. Beautiful too. I think Amanda Cooper shot for a takedown, and Calvillo rolled with it, and got the basically got the top, and who finished that? Was it rear naked choke? I think it was. Anyway, between 209 and friggin' EBI, my head's all scrambled. And then before that, of course, Overeem getting the massive knee knockout, landing the nasty knees on Mark Hunt, knocking him out. And then Mark Hunt had a huge. I think he says he broke his fibula, which I believe is in the shin bone, and he had a nasty gash on it after Overeem checked one of his kicks. And Mark Hunt can kick like a freaking mule. Okay, so that makes sense. Rest of the card, the feature or the five pass prelims were pretty good. Evans one prelims, not as good, but we kind of expected that, right? What else is there? The Michael Bisping GSP presser on Friday was funny as shit. So GSP shows up on time. Obviously, they start late, waiting for Michael Bisping because they couldn't find him. Finally, they find him. He comes in while GSP is talking, answering a question, like in the middle of some deep thought. Michael Bisping grabs the microphone and goes, we don't give a fuck. It was hilarious. That shit was great. I mean, look, you can't hate on Michael Bisping going in there drunk either. Because, okay, I don't know for sure. Nobody knows for sure. But we all suspect, right? That shit was a lot of fun to watch for sure. What else we got? What I call the real main event of Saturday night. Stipe Miocic is a heavyweight champion, right? And he's a very laid back kind of guy, but when he gets like annoyed and pissed off, like he goes after it, and he's gonna not that he's gonna go after you, you know what I mean? But he's gonna speak his mind, and luckily on social media you can do that. So, a certain guy that our good friend Andrew Reed, rest in peace, buddy, that he really didn't like. He used to call him kind of the week every week. I'm not gonna say his name. If you guys watch the show, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you guys don't know about this, just search it on Twitter, and I'll tell you exactly, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. But a certain wannabe writer tweeted out that Overeem's the scariest guy at heavyweight, and for some reason Stipe, not that he took offense to it, but he just kind of said, "Oh, really? You think so?" I knocked him out, basically, right? And they went back and forth, and Stipe let him have it. Here's the best part: this guy who fancies himself a writer talks a lot of shit. And he's kind of a cunt, to be honest with you. And Andy called him cunt in the week every week. So, but this guy's just really disliked by a lot of people, and not because he says the truth or because he tells it like it is, because he's full of shit. I mean, look, let's just call it how it is, right? Call it like we see it. He just talks a lot of shit, man, for real. And then, and he goes after people, and then the second he feels any pushback, that dude's always, like, pedaling back, playing victim and stuff. He brings it on himself, man. You can't be doing that stuff. And then, he doesn't put his face out there or anything. It's just, and that's your choice. If you want to do that, go for it. I do it all the time. Obviously, I'm on video right now. I know, I have no fear of that shit. But still, the heavyweight champ going after him, and then, he was getting Stipe was getting a lot of support from actual MMA like media guys and people and writers, and to the point where even Karen Bryant, who might be one of the nicest people in MMA in the media anyway, she tweeted Stipe like, "I blocked that tool a long time ago." Like, damn, like Karen Bryant coming after it. And that's what happens when you go in there and talk a lot of shit under the guise that you're just being real. You're gonna get people that don't like you, and you're gonna get a big pushback. Now that's the gimmick for a lot of Twitter people, right? Is I'm gonna say it like it is. I'm gonna say shit because I'm hiding behind a fucking computer. You know what I mean? You wouldn't say it. Half the shit that trolls say to fighters on Twitter and all that sort of shit would never say it to their face, and that's quite obvious. You know what I mean? It's not something that we're making up. It's not something that you guys don't even know. That you guys don't know. You guys know it goddamn well. You know what I mean? I've never said anything about a fighter that wouldn't say to their face with a straight face, but without, I don't say it maliciously. For the most part, when I put a little stank on it, it's for fun effect. But regardless, you can't be, just don't be a freaking piece of shit. That's just what it is. Don't be a piece of shit. It's not that difficult to be a freaking a decent person. Not that difficult. Oh, that's a sick truck. I really don't want to get one of those. Anyway, that's this black Silverado right here, like tinted out windows and shit. But it's like black on black. It's got chrome rims. They need to go black on black on black on that. It'd be sick. It'd be a legit truck. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, man, definitely. That dude needs to just cut the shit straight up. And a lot of other Twitter trolls, like I honestly don't block very many people. If I block people, it's because they're usually like extra annoying. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, all right, this is stupid. I'm just gonna block you because you like. And honestly, if you guys have ever had an argument with me, even if you come in cunty at me, like I'm gonna try to understand your point of view. I'm gonna try to understand your side and be like, I can see what you're saying, but what about this? Okay, you make a good point. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh fuck you, it's my way or the highway, because it's definitely not. I'm not. I believe me, I know just as much as anybody else as far as arguing all this shit about certain things. Sometimes I learn things from other people I don't even know. You know what I mean? But it's this attitude of I know you don't that makes that shit fucking like nails on a chalkboard. So it's, I don't know, it is what it is. Everyone wants to pretend like they know what the fuck's going on in this life and shit. And there's no fucking manual to this stuff. We're just hoping we don't fuck up too bad. All right. What else I want to talk about? I can't remember. Shit. Oh, Khabib. Of course I want to talk about Khabib. So Khabib was forced to withdraw, or was taken out, pulled out, whatever you want to say, from UFC 209. Turns out, and there was a report, because I covered and I covered a lot of stuff, or MMA for cagepages.com. But they did. I was doing the early weigh-ins article, right? And so I was watching the early weigh-ins. Shout out to John Morgan, the MMA junkie folk. They had the best stream, honestly, because if you go to the MMA fighting one, it's that one guy with his little golf voice. It sounds creepy. John Morgan speaks like a normal person at least. Anyway, and shout out to Jim Edwards too. He doesn't say shit on his when he has it. He doesn't say anything. It's quiet. It's perfect. But the other way is just like, and walking to the scale. It's like I feel like Pee Wee Herman is like depressed talking to me on friggin' YouTube or on whatever live stream. Anyway, what else? Khabib. Yeah. So Khabib. There was reports every 3 hours out. Literally 3 hours. No, like an hour out. Sorry, an hour out that. 3 hours prior to the early weigh-ins, he was in the hospital. Admitted to the hospital. He had been admitted to the hospital overnight, but that he was still in the hospital before weigh-ins due to a weight cut issue. And Dana White revealed later on that yes, Khabib had gotten in there. He was getting fluids, but so I hear a siren. I'm looking around for it. I don't think it's behind me though. But what Dana White revealed that nobody really knew was that Khabib's people put him in the hospital. They took him to a random hospital. So Khabib's team, instead, we're talking about Lee Abdelaziz, all those fucking assholes, they took him to just a random fucking hospital in Vegas. It's a random fucking hospital, right? Instead of calling the UFC and be like, hey, this shit's going on. Dana White was adamant that this fight could have been saved or had a good shot at being saved if they had called the UFC. Well, first of all, keep in mind, number one priority is a man's health, all right? Khabib's good. He's healthy, he's alive and everything. No exact details on what happened to him, other than the weight cut was just shitty. And look, he always had a shitty weight cut, but here's the fucked up part. Here's where he gets a lot of flack. If you guys watch the embedded videos, he was joking around, and we're not even sure if he was joking around, about eating tiramisu and donuts and a bunch of this shit. Like, it's almost like he was trying to say, like, hey, my weight cut's easy too. here's the problem: is at the presser before the weigh-ins, Khabib looked bad. He looked drawn out. He looked near dead. Meanwhile, Tony Ferguson just hops up there all happy, and Tony let him know, be like, "Ooh, that weight cut's getting you." You know what I mean? And then, during the weigh-ins, literally like nothing was official throughout the early weigh-ins. Guys were asking. John Morgan was asking left and right, trying to get some breaking news and shit. He gets in there and he's trying to find out if Khabib's in or out or whatever. And then finally at the very end, once weigh-ins are over, I think Yuri Alcantara was the last one to weigh in. 1 second. He was like the last one to weigh in. They announced it. They go, yeah, he goes, the UFC, we just released an official statement on Khabib, and he's out of the fight. Now the UFC tried at the 11th hour to save that fight, keep Ferguson on there. I mean, it was such a legit attempt that Nevada State Athletic Commission left the weigh-in scale in there in case of an emergency weigh-in, right? They thought for sure it was going to happen. No, there wasn't a long list of people they called, I'm sure. And I'm sure, there was a usual suspect. They probably called Cowboy. They probably called Nate Diaz, who was nearby. Are you going or not? No? All right. Fucking Arizona traffic, man. It's all the California people coming over here. Anyway, and the snowbirds from like Canada and shit. Anyway, so they wow, I'm so out of it now. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, right, sorry. Usual suspect, and they actually called Michael Johnson, who accepted the fight. But here's the problem: they try to get all slick with Tony Ferguson too. They weren't going to pay him the money they were going to pay him to fight Khabib, which makes sense for the most part. You know what I mean? But at that point, beggars can't be choosers, right? Like, you kind of got to be like, shit, just okay, fine, whatever. Michael Johnson was in. Tony Ferguson was not because of the money. Tony was, he was upfront about it, and withdrew from the card basically. So he was pulled. We didn't get Tony Ferguson in there at all, and that bumped the Cooper Calvillo fight to main card, which is a massive jump. But honestly, it's not like they didn't show up. So it was actually a pretty decent fight for as long as it lasted. And I'm very impressed with the newcomer there. But so what happens with Khabib? Well, who knows? First of all, health first. And second of all, it's you gotta have a real good discussion with him. Now, if you guys remember Conor McGregor, people were like, well, what about Khabib? What about Khabib? And Conor said, he's not reliable. I can't rely on the guy to show up. And it's true. Again, he gets hurt. Chance of AK, obviously they have that awful rep. Guys getting hurt all the time. But he gets hurt. Now he can't. He's in the hospital because he can't make weight. Just so many issues with Khabib. Who knows if that guy will now ever get a title shot, right? So, what do you do now? I mean, Conor might be getting that Mayweather fight. That shit might be real. It's probably not, but it might be. Who knows? I don't think it is. I'm not convinced at all. A lot of other people are convinced it's going to happen. I just don't think they're going to be able to get the UFC to allow it. I don't think. I think UFC is going to need like a real good chunk out of that deal in order to make that happen. So, we'll find out. What else we got? There was a video, and it got me. Well, here's the thing. I was watching EBI. One of my roommate, she found it, and she puts it up, or she shows, oh my God, McGregor, just rated Mayweather, and I guess Mayweather was doing some kind of Q&A or something, or an interview, and it was a McGregor. It was an impersonator that could do McGregor's voice really well. It fooled me because you could barely see the dude's face, and I was like, holy shit. That's fucking McGregor. And that wasn't. It was an impersonator. And I think he was in Ireland or near Ireland. But this guy went in. It was fucking hilarious. And then he changed to Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. All those. It was fucking funny. If you can find it on YouTube, definitely go watch it. It was definitely. I think I found it on Facebook. She found it on Facebook, but it's definitely on YouTube. So if you can watch it, check it out. And actually, that guy's been interviewed before by some people, some people from the media, and he did all his impressions. And it was really good. But his McGregor is just perfect. It's fucking hilarious. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if the real McGregor did some shit like that. Just like jumped in on an interview. He doesn't have to do it, but if he did it, wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be mad. I'd want to see it. So yeah. Now people were asking before on Twitter. They asked me, what about who's next for Woodley? And it's got to be Damian Maia, right? Now here's the problem. Damian Maia is booked for UFC 211 against Jorge Masvidal. So you can do one of two things. You either give the winner of Maia Masvidal the title shot, or you pull Maia from that fight and put him in against Woodley. Woodley Didn't take very much damage in this fight. I mean, he got tired, maybe. That's about it. But he didn't take very much damage. So, what the fuck? Some assholes can't drive a fucking truck. Anyway, so he didn't take very much damage. So I don't see why, Woodley couldn't take a fight. You know what I mean? I'm not saying fight in a month or fight at 211. I would say fight at 212, 213, but, he's definitely not hurt. Like, you can tell he wasn't hurt. Like, he moved fine, right? Now, what is Woodley going to try and do? Money fights. Why? Because that's what he tried before he got the rematch. Plain and simple. Now, here's what other people were saying. It's like, oh, that was a draw. Look, I thought it was a draw or that Wonderboy won. I for sure didn't have Woodley winning. You know what I mean? Even with that weak-ass flurry at the end where he kind of rocked Wonderboy a little bit, I didn't think that was enough at all. I thought Woodley, I pointed him as he does. I thought Wonderboy, I pointed him as he does. Wonderboy's a point fighter, karate guy. That's exactly how he does it. So I thought he won that fight, but still, Woodley takes it, and now Woodley's gonna be like, oh, I want money fights, I want GSP, I want this, I want the winner of GSP Bisping, I want Nick Diaz. He wants to get paid, and look, I don't blame him whatsoever. If you're in that kind of game where your career's gonna be short, for example, NFL players' careers are average about 3 years, but they're not getting paid, $5,000, $10,000, 10 or 15 or 15. Those guys are getting paid hundreds of thousands base salary to be rookie. Some of them even more, depending on where you get picked, right? And if you make it, you're actually pretty good. You can get millions. You can be set for life. It's really easy. So a lot of fighters, I don't blame for calling for money fights. I don't blame Bisping for wanting the GSP fight. I really don't. He's gonna get paid out of that. You know what I mean? It's a stupid fight, but it doesn't. I don't blame those guys at all for doing it. Like, I'm not even mad at them. I'm just like, all right, well, whatever. Let's just hurry this up so we don't have to hold at 185 because Yo Romero just got screwed. But as far as Woodley goes, he's gonna call for money fights. I really don't think he's gonna want to fight Maia. You know what I mean? So if I'm UFC, I pull Maia and I put him against Woodley at 213 or 212. That's it. And for Masvidal, I offer him like a top 3 guy, top 5 guy. You know what I mean? He takes it for sure. He takes it, and then if he beats that guy, he gets the title shot against the winner of Maia Woodley. I mean, plain and simple, in my opinion. Will the UFC do that? I don't know. Would it be smart to do that? I think so. So, yeah, guess let's see what happens. What else we got? Can't think of anything else. Oh, just real quick, got some non-related MMA news. How about Tyler Ulis, huh? Now, if you guys follow basketball, I'll keep this as short as I can. The Suns traded Isaiah Thomas a couple years ago to the Boston Celtics. It was a stupid trade. Out of the 3-point guards we had, that motherfucker was the good one. So last night, Suns were down 2. Eric Bledsoe drives to the basket, scores. Ties it at 106 with like 4 seconds left. Isaiah Thomas, gets the ball from out of bounds. He inbounds, or someone inbounds the ball to Isaiah Thomas, loses the ball. Tyler Lewis picks it up, fucking just at the buzzer, 3-pointer, and game winner. What's up? Sorry, I just have to share my son's tidbit there. Phoenix Suns, man, that's my team. MMA, any other MMA related stuff? I can't really think of anything right now. I'm sure I'm missing something, and if I am, please tweet me, and I'll see if I do an afternoon show. Literally just on my drive home. This is on my drive to work. So you guys know I used to have the morning glory every morning on Periscope. Periscope sucks, so I'm doing this one now. It's gonna be pre-recorded. This is pre-recorded, but I do answer YouTube comments as much as I can. So if you leave a comment, I will answer it and stuff. And if you could thumbs up, upvote, whatever you want to call it, this video, I'd very much appreciate it. Subscribe, share it with your friends, let them know whether I suck or not. You can share them, share it with them because I suck, because I'm good. I don't care. Share it, that'd be great. Shout out to Represent. They take care of us, the good people, sponsor the show. Make sure you check out our Twitters for the link for Rep Hard, Represent. Get yourself some of this gear, man. I got the hats. I got a couple shirts. Dude, it's like, and it's comfortable and it's stylish, good stuff. You want to represent your shit. Like Nate Diaz says, represent your shit. Kill or be killed. I ain't surprised, motherfucker. Not surprised. I ain't surprised. I'm not surprised. Now I'm fucking up the quote. Anyway, again, shout out to Represent. Shout out to 5 Buck MMA. That's our boy Robert was on the show with us on Friday night, UFC 209 pre-fight show. Good dude. Make sure you follow everybody on the Twitters. At Spawat1983 for Jesse. At Kirby_MMA for Fred Kirby. Dave is at Dave's MMA Brief. Our boy Nick Palicki. I know people haven't heard from him at all for like months. But just a little update on it, because I know a lot of people care about that, about our boy Nick. Nick is and he's at Nick X Micro on Twitter, so you can go mess with him. But he's actually he moved to a big city in Texas, and he he's working a lot. He's a young cat trying to make a life for himself and everything. So he has my full support. I told him, whenever you get time, dude, whenever you get time, no problem. Because he's a good kid, and you gotta keep good people around you and near you, because I know a lot of people like shit on Nick because they trolled him mostly because he was funny, but he's a good guy. But definitely I hit him up on the Twitter. He's doing good, working hard. He's a hard-working kid. Tell you what, all he needs is one break. All this guy needs is one break. I'm telling you this right now because I don't fourth wall this shit. So, I'm speaking real. Our boy Nick Palicki, all he needs is one break, and I'm telling you, this kid's gonna make it big no matter what he does. It's gonna be scary how good this dude is with anything he wants to do. But that's called work ethic, fellas. So again, yeah. So shout out Fight Book MMA. Shout out Represent. Make sure you hit us up on the check out the tweets. We tweet out all the time with the link to go to their store and get yourself some goodies, man. Get your girls. There's stuff for girls and for guys. Make sure you hit that up. New stuff coming out. New items from Represent. And again, you guys see me represent stuff all the time. It was before they even sponsored us. So it's good stuff. I can tell you that. What else do we got? All right, that's about it. It's gonna do it. Appreciate it. Show the MMA Advocates, of course, on Wednesdays. No pre-fight show, I believe, this week. We do have a UFC show, UFC event for the lesser, which is Vitor Belfort against Kelvin Gastelum. I guess I should talk about that real quick. That's a weird fight because of the names. Not a weird fight because of the sizes, right? I mean, Vitor Belfort is not the Vitor Belfort of TRT. This isn't TRT Vitor. If it was TRT Vitor, we'd be making Kelvin's grave already, digging that shit up, or making a nice little grave for a boy Gastelum. But, or for me, as fucking Jesse would say. But dad bod Vitor is what I'm calling it. He ain't ready. Kelvin's gonna go. He should starch him. He should smoke him, right? I know it's in Brazil and all that shit, but with Vitor these days, all you have to do is survive that initial blitz, right? And then just just watch his submissions, because Vitor's still high level jiu-jitsu, right? And while Kelvin's high level wrestler, and he's got good jits too, his best work is in striking, really. So, if I'm him, I try to keep it on the feet after I survive that blitz, and just pressure Vitor, pressure. Basically, do him like he did Tim Kennedy, and Vitor should be able to go down earlier than Tim Kennedy did, which was sad, man. Tim Kennedy is a good dude, and a lot of people hate him, and I know Andy hated that dude a lot. If you guys haven't seen his rants, I ran on Tim Kennedy. Just go back to some of the other MMA advocates, especially the one after UFC 205 or 206. And actually anything between 205, before 205 and after 206, those 3 or 4 shows, watch those and you can see the Andy I hate Tim Kennedy rant. It's fucking hilarious. I mean, totally worth it. Okay, sorry, I'm about to drive pulling to work here, and there's some weird truck in the middle of the parking lot. Anyway, so it's good thing it's gonna do it for us finally again. Shout out to Fight Book MMA. Shout out to Represent. Shout out to everybody. Follow at Nick X Micro for Nick Palicki, at Kirby_MMA for Kirby, Fred Kirby, at Spawat1983 for Jesse. Yeah. At Dave's MMA Brief for, of course, Dave, Mr. Dave Rodriguez out of ABQ. And you can follow me at Elaw31. The page is at CrossBonesMMA and at the MMA Advocates. Big things are coming, people. Big things are coming. I'm going all in on this stuff. Shit. I'm sorry. I keep extending the show. Real quick update. People were asking me how I did in my tournament in San Diego. I took third, super heavyweight. No excuses. None at all. At all. Was I healthy? No, doesn't matter. If you're gonna get into a tournament, you go balls out. So I just got beat, plain and simple. Wasn't good enough that night to take first, obviously. So got to take care of a couple injuries here. Hopefully I'll be healthy enough for April 9th in Phoenix. another tournament, this time at heavyweight. So I gotta, I get back to my normal weight. The reason I was a super heavyweight is because there was nobody to fight at heavyweight, and they asked me to move up, so I did. All right, this is gonna be fun. All right, everybody. So I keep you guys updated on that. I know Luke Gamlu, I guess, on Twitter was asking me about that. So, all right, you guys all have a wonderful day, and catch you guys tomorrow or later today, depending on what happens. See ya.